Hi guys, how are you all doing? How was your week? Mine was great, it was awesome, and it was a very wonderful week for me. And I also hope you all had a wonderful week. This week I'm going to be talking about self-love. Yes, self-love is very, very important. It is something you do not want to miss. It is very, very important. You really need to love yourself before you can even love someone else. You really need to accept yourself the way you are. You need to know this is who I am, these are my shortcomings, these are my weaknesses, these are the things I really need to work on in my life before you can say, okay, I think I love a brother or I love a sister. You need to really know yourself before you can even love yourself. So in the process of self-love, that is when you start to appreciate yourself for who you really are. You don't have to hate yourself for certain things, because we cannot be perfect. We have to know that these are the things that I can't really do well. It's okay if other people can do it and you cannot do it. That is why we are all unique in our own ways. Self-love is not just like a makeover, because sometimes it takes a long time to build up your own self-love. It actually took me a long time to love myself. There were times that I really did hate myself for mistakes I already made in the past, or things that I've done in the past, and then I keep thinking about it, then I keep hating myself the more. But no, you don't have to live your life like that. You have to love yourself for who you are. Learn from your mistakes and move on. Don't live on those mistakes. Don't let those things weigh you down. You have to move on. Even if you've made mistakes in the past, it is okay. Don't let it be in your way of success. Don't let it be in your way while moving forward. And self-love is not like a makeover that just happens overnight, no, or just in a few minutes. No, you have to take time, to think about yourself, to know where you're coming from, all you've been through, and you have to realize that you need to love yourself. If you do not realize, or you just get to read an inspirational book or quote and you're like, oh, this is talking about me loving myself, and you do not really think about it, you just love yourself for a short period of time, and then you go back to who you used to be, that you just don't really care about yourself. And self-love is actually not happening, or it doesn't happen when you meet new people and you feel, yeah, I'm free with this person, or I'm free with this set of people, I think I'm loving myself. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work when you get into a new relationship. It works when you sit down and talk to yourself and start building a new relationship with yourself first. That is how it really works. It is very nice when you love yourself. You tend to appreciate yourself, you tend to push yourself, you tend to embrace yourself, and of course you tend to challenge yourself to do certain things. Because you love yourself, you want to be successful. Because you love yourself, you want to move forward. Because you love yourself, you want to push hard to attain certain levels and stages in life. You know what I'm talking about. And here, there are several keys in practicing self-love. So I'm going to be sharing 7 ways or 7 things you need to do to start practicing self-love. 1, you have to make peace with yourself. It is very, very important. If you're having things against yourself, if you're hurting so bad inside for your past mistakes, for decisions you made that didn't work out, for steps you took that didn't make you go places, then there is no way you could love yourself. You just have to let the past things go. I'm not saying you should let them go just like that. You have to learn from those things. You can't keep living in these things and expect some love for yourself. You have to let these things go after learning from them, and then you start to build your self-love. You start to love yourself for the new you, because when you still have these things in you, the past mistakes, you are not growing. You're just thinking about these things, living with it, and hating yourself the more. You have to let it go so you can move forward and become a better person in life. 2, you have to set your boundaries. Yes, this is where self-love and being selfish sets in. When you're setting your boundaries, it is really difficult for people to understand that you're trying to build your self-love. At this point, people will tend to think you're stingy or you're being selfish. It's okay for people to think what they want to think, because here you're trying to gain your self-love, you're trying to have peace of mind, you're trying to be happy within yourself. And maybe you're this kind of person that you've been sacrificing your love, sacrificing your time for everybody. You need to know it's now time to set your boundaries. It's time to say no to certain things. If you've been working too much and you need some rest, you have to say no, maybe to your manager or your boss, and you have to tell them, oh, I'm sorry, can I get a day off just to take care of yourself, just for you to know that you need time for yourself too. If it is like you're a person that you're always there for everybody, like no matter what, you just have to do it because this person needs you to do it, sometimes you have to say no. Yes, it sounds kind of mean, but you just need to say no sometimes, because you're putting all you have down for everybody, and not everybody will do that for you. At the end of the day, you're going to be by yourself, and if you're by yourself and you don't love yourself, it is even worse. So you have to learn to say no. You have to set your boundaries. These are the things I'm going to be doing henceforth, and these are the things I'm going to stop doing, or these are the things I'm going to reduce. Yeah. And number 3, you have to protect yourself. You really do have to protect yourself. When I say protect yourself, I mean you have to let go of the things that will always come in your way no matter what. You have to know that I love myself. These are the things I need to do to protect myself. I need to eat healthy. I need to exercise. I need to, read my Bible. Yes, it's very important. You cannot leave God behind. In protecting yourself, you have to read your Bible, because that is the only thing that will guide you through everything you do in life. You have to know that I have to take very good care of myself as well. I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the hospital when I have to. I need to have enough rest. When I say enough rest, I understand that we are all working. We have things to do. We are hustling hard. And yes, you need to rest. Sometimes 4 to 5 hours of sleep is enough rest. Because sometimes people don't understand the fact that you are tired. They just keep pushing you to do certain things, and you keep going. Number 4, you have to care for yourself. You have to know things that you have to do. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Change the routine. Go out, socialize with the right people. It's very important. You have to know those people you entertain in your circle. You have to know who to talk to, because we have to be honest, not everyone is your friend, and you can't be friends with everybody. So you have to know your limits. You have to know who to talk to. You have to know who to leave around, and you have to know who you can share words with, because sometimes we are down, we're going through situations, and we need someone to talk to. We need someone to listen to us and help us in our situation. We have to be careful who we call our friends. That is why I believe all of us, we talk to a lot of people, but we only have to have little friends. Few friends, because you can't have too many friends, because you won't know who is who, and you won't know who really cares for you and who is just there to laugh at you when you fall, or to just mock you when things are going wrong with you. And 5, you need to challenge yourself. In building self-love, like I said earlier, you can't just stay in the same position and hope like you're gonna build your self-love. No, you have to challenge yourself to do better things. You have to get off the comfort zone. You have to go out there and work harder. When I say work harder, I don't mean you should work and not rest. I mean to just put in more effort to the things that you do, and try to do other things that they're not really your strength, so you could learn in other areas too. Because when you have something in you and I can do this perfectly well, then you should tend to move towards another area that you could learn to do even much more better. And 6, you have to do more of what you need than what you want. You have to do more of what you really need than what you want. This is something we all do. If we want something, we want it. We don't care if it's what we really need at a point in time. If we want it, we are going for it. And to build your self-love, you really need to go for what you need, not what you want. It's just like the way we do things in life. Like, we relate the best and the best Bible scriptures to ourselves. We do not relate the ones that tells us the consequences of all our sins. I do that too. I relate all the prosperous Bible passages and scriptures to myself. I relate everything that has to do with blessings to myself. And then sometimes I say the ones that tell me, okay, if you do not pay your tithe, these are the things that are going to happen, and I'm like, okay, there is grace. We have to really know what is right for us. And so by doing what we need instead of what we really want, it's a way of also building our self-love. And the last one is going to be live a purpose-driven life. The 7th key is going to be live a purpose-driven life. Yes, you have to set your goals. You have to have plans. And sometimes it takes time for these things to really come to pass. You have to persevere. You really, really have to be patient in everything that you're doing, because sometimes we tend to give up, like, oh no, why is this thing taking forever? I've been waiting all my life to be this person. I've been waiting all my life to achieve this goal. Why is it taking so long? You have to be patient. If you love yourself, you're going to be patient with yourself. If you love yourself enough, you're going to appreciate your effort, and you're not going to give up. So you have to keep pushing, you have to keep pressing hard, and keep praying as well. Everything is going to fall in place at the end of the day. And you have to remember, you have to work hard also. Yes, hard work really, really, it works it at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're going to be happy with yourself that you made certain decisions. You're going to be happy with yourself that you did work hard enough. You're going to be happy with yourself that you did persevere. Because one thing I think most people lack is perseverance and endurance. And those things, to be honest, are really hard to do. It's not easy to wait on something to happen. Sometimes you're just like, I'm tired and I'm just done. I'm going to start something new or something like that. No, you can still do it. And you can still make it. It's not too late. So do not give up on yourself. And so, yeah, like I said, I was going to talk about the difference between self-love and selfishness. First of all, the main reason why there is self-love is for you to love other people. So when you're trying to love yourself, you're trying to love other people. That is not being selfish. Being selfish is just when you think about you, and you alone. No other person matters. You don't care if you have to love your neighbor. You don't care if you have to love your parents or your siblings or your friends. You just think about yourself. Oh, just me. Oh, if I do this thing, it's going to work for just me. Yeah, that is selfishness. But when you're thinking about others and you're like, let me work harder in school. I want to make my parents proud. That is not being selfish. Oh, let me focus on my job. I'm going to work 10 hours today. I'm not going to be receiving phone calls from anybody. I'm not going to be talking to anybody. I'm throughout this period. That is self-love, because you're being dedicated to your work. And at the end of the day, when you become a better person, every other person that you love are going to benefit from you. That is self-love. That is not being selfish. Taking out time, zoning out, and being by yourself is self-love, not selfishness. And sometimes we tend to practice the fear of selfishness instead of self-love. That is where we get it all wrong. I mean, we think, oh, if I don't do this thing for this person, the person is going to think I'm being selfish. Okay, let me just do it so the person doesn't think I'm being selfish. That is not self-love. That is the fear of selfishness, fear of being called a selfish person. No, if you know you don't have enough within you to do something for someone, it's okay to let the person know. You don't have to hurt yourself to make other people happy, and at the same time you don't have to make your happiness the reason why some other people are hurting. I mean, these things are very, very, very serious, so we have to take them to consideration when we are making decisions. Self-love is never the same thing as selfishness. You're loving yourself so you can love other people. So I hope we all learned one or two things from this video. Thank you guys for watching. See you next week. Bye.